It's not often that I stop everything that I'm doing to make a video about one product. And in this situation, I did because I can't believe that I found what I think is probably the lightest weight puffy jacket in existence. This video is not a backpacker's gift guide. This isn't a 101 gifts to give your loved backpacker camper guy or girl this year, 2024 edition. That's not this video. I can't believe how many videos there are right now that are gift guides. There's so many gift guides, I don't even want to give a gift anymore. But I will say I have two real quick ones. One, that candle I lit, if you're interested in just quick, easy gift, not sponsored at all. I don't even have an affiliate link to this candle at all. This is just me telling you, as I was looking around my office, I love that candle. I was given that candle over a year ago, and I purchased 4 or 5 more from that company. These candles are from the Wildwood Candle Company in Oregon. Super small company out of Oregon, and it is a one-person shop and just real small, and every candle is named after a trail in Oregon. Super cool. And these candles are awesome. And then when the candle's done, it turns into a little beverage glass for your adult beverages. Just saying. But it's hands down my favorite candle, and I've had a lot of candles. So good. I'll put a link in the description below for that. Oh, also, super big deal. Onyx Backcountry, the biggest sponsor of this channel, is 70% off right now. So there's like literally no reason not to buy it. It's $9, I think, like $9.50 or something like that. So it's usually $29, 70% off. And if you get the elite version, you get to be able to see private and public lands, which means you can spy on your neighbors. It's always fun to do. Well, at least you can see who lives in the neighborhood that you live in. But the real reason you want to get that is because you can tell where the private and public lands are, so you know where you're camping and where you're not camping. And if you don't want to know much about Onyx Backcountry, it's a navigation app to help you find backpacking sites, campsites, trails, water, all of the above. And now it's got even more features in the app for mountain bikers, climbers, skiers, and hikers. So here's the code for the 70% off. Make sure you use this one right here. Don't use any other code because it's not going to work. And you're going to find this also in the description below. Thank you, Onyx, for always being an amazing supporter of this channel and the biggest supporter of this channel. So if you want to support this channel, please support the sponsors. We appreciate you. Thank you again, Onyx. It's no secret that I own a lot of puffy jackets. And today I'm talking about 2 that I've had for quite some time to compare it to this one here. This one is probably the lightest weight option I have ever seen until this one recently came along. This one I think is probably the best buy that a person could possibly have for a puffy jacket. But I do want to talk to you about this one here, which is totally blown me away. This is a jacket that I found recently while scrolling through Facebook of all places. It popped up in my feed, and Facebook obviously knows that I like puffy jackets because it fed me this one from Black Diamond. Now they're calling it the Black Diamond Deploy Hoodie. What are they deploying?
Are we blind? Deploy the garrison!
Not exactly sure, but we're gonna sort of deploy it right now so you can take a look. And apparently they're deploying some feathers as well. So why did I pick up this jacket? Well, obviously they marketed it as the most ultralight, puffy jacket in existence today, so that intrigued me. It also has a striking resemblance to the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer, although this one does have some slight differences. First off, this is, well, not really a puffy jacket. It's more of a hoodie, just like they call it a hoodie, although it is sort of being marketed as a jacket. I did get a chance to take this out on a trip in Utah, and it was pretty chilly out, and I absolutely loved wearing this jacket, and I could say that it is very warm for what it is. It is about as warm as this other jacket that I'm going to show you, as well as the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. I've owned several Ghost Whisperers and have used them on several trips in the past, so I've got a pretty good idea of how warm those jackets really are. Let's start off with packability. Obviously, extremely packable. The down in this jacket is 1,000 fill power, and what that really means is that the plume, or the feather, the plume that's in the jacket, is a much larger feather, so they need less of them to give you the amount of loft like they would in other jackets to keep you warm. So this jacket takes less down, therefore it can pack down much smaller, and it is very expensive because of it. Down that is 1,000 fill down is not cheap. Honestly, companies use 1,000 fill down, in my opinion, as sort of a marketing ploy. You see 1,000 and you think, wow, that's really warm, or wow, that's going to be really helpful to me out there. But in all reality, an 800 fill or even a 700 fill power down is totally sufficient. All right, let's talk about some of the features this jacket has. Not much. There's no draw cords. There's no strings. There's just elastic around the cuffs and around the waistband. Slight elastic, not even really much to give you much of a stretch, but mainly more to give it some, I guess, durability. And then around the hood, a little bit of elasticity here from being able to put it around your head and sort of close it up slightly. But I didn't really notice any problems where I was like, oh, I need strings to pull on to tighten this up even more, even around my waist. And it didn't seem to be that big of a deal at all. One thing I really liked about this jacket is how well it actually fits me. I'm not the skinniest person in existence, and so I don't really like slim fitting stuff on me. This jacket is not really a slim fitted jacket, in my opinion. It doesn't feel tight on me at all, which I was really surprised, because usually when a company claims that they're gonna have like the lightest weight of anything, they trim down on materials, and in order to do that, they've got to slim it down. And in this situation, it's really not that bad at all. I felt like I could wear something underneath it to sort of layer up and not really have much of a problem at all. And I could wear it around town and not feel like it's like, I don't know, swimwear or something. One thing I noticed right away when I saw it is that it's very similar to this jacket that I've had for a couple of years from Cumulus. Very similar in weight. I mean, just slightly heavier. This is a 900 fill down, and in my opinion, much uglier. And you can already tell that the fit is going to be slimmer on here to save weight. This one sort of has that like cross-stitch sort of square baffle pattern, which really isn't that big of a deal in my opinion. I felt like it was decently warm. It's got a snap fit here in order to save weight. And this is an extra large versus a large. I don't think this is really like an extra large in US, because Cumulus, I think, is a Polish company. Yep, made in Poland. So their sizing is probably different than other countries. And this one doesn't have a hood. Like, there's not even a hood on this one. And it still weighs more than this. And this one was already ridiculously lightweight at about 5.5 ounces on my scale. And then we've got this one here, and I'm gonna tell you how much this weighs in a little bit, although I'm gonna make you wait, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. Then we got this one here. This one is the Decathlon MT100, I think it's called now, because they've changed their name on it already. This is a full featured down puffy. So this is like an actual jacket. It's got a zipper that goes all the way up. It's got pockets. It's got a hood. There's a drawstring at the bottom to sort of tighten up the bottom here. It's got elastic around the cuffs. The denier nylon is much, much thicker than this one here, and you're going to be blown away with this denier here when I tell you about it in just a minute. And it's got no drawstring around the hood, but it does have at least have a little elastic here. And this one is a men's US large. But this jacket comes in at, hold on, let me look it up real quick. This jacket sells for only $100. That's nuts. This is an 800 fill duck down. Is that a big deal? No, not at all. Not even a little bit of a big deal. It feels like goose down. But what does goose down feel like? Well, it feels like duck down. They're very similar. This is a less expensive jacket because duck down is cheaper, and its thickness, its loft is pretty much the same. You could tell between the two jackets. The baffles are very much the same between the two jackets. There's so much going on with this particular jacket that it makes it such a great deal. I can't recommend this particular jacket enough for new hikers, or for maybe somebody who's been hiking a while, but you want to upgrade your jacket that maybe has been a little bit heavier or not as warm to a good jacket and not spend a ton of money. A down jacket like this one. Man, I've taken this jacket on so many trips, I cannot say enough good about it. It is, in my opinion, the best budget buy jacket out there. I recommend this to everyone who's purchasing. So why am I talking about this one? Well, I think this one's going to fit into a totally different category because this one weighs a little over 10 ounces. This jacket weighs 149 grams or 5.25 ounces. But this jacket does have one issue that really bothered me when we were testing it out, is that this zipper, well, of course now it's not going to do it. This zipper was constantly getting caught. And I think Emmett's got some footage of it we can toss up right here. We might have a little problem. The zipper, at least on this one, is getting...
It's getting stuck.
Yeah, it's like the teeth are... Like, so, if I bend it back, seems to be working, but if I just zip it, it's getting stuck. There we go. There, it's getting caught now. I don't know, maybe it's fixed itself, but I was not super impressed with this zipper. I think the zipper they're trying to save weight on, and they just got some flimsy, tiny little zipper here that's so just ridiculously terrible. But, you know, it works. It hasn't broken yet, and it did the job. So what's my concern with this jacket? My concern would be that this nylon here, this denier nylon, according to their website, is a 4D nylon. I didn't even know they made nylon that thin. It doesn't feel any thinner than like a 7D nylon. If you've ever had a quilt or a jacket or you've been around, I'm nerding out on nylon here. It doesn't feel like it's that much thinner, but it's ridiculously thin. Like, I would be concerned that it's going to rip or tear. Well, it doesn't feel super weak at all. Let me double check that. That can't be right. Yeah, it says it right here. Super lightweight 4D nylon ripstop face fabric. That's nuts. That is the thinnest nylon I have ever seen on any backpacking product, any outdoor product ever. I've had this for a couple months and worn it several times and have not experienced anything coming through it, any rips at all. So maybe this would last. I bought this with my own money, by the way. Nobody sent this to me. Oh, we should talk about the price for this jacket here. The price for this jacket on Black Diamond's website, it normally sells for $395, which is about right for a jacket that they can market as the world's lightest. Honestly, it is. I mean, is it really worth that? No way. Are they making a huge amount of money on these jackets? Definitely. There's probably a huge margin on these jackets, and they know they could sell it because their weight on this jacket is so low that it's going to appeal to a lot of people who care about weight. This jacket, though, $100, so you can get 4 of these jackets to this one. Wait, no. Yeah, 4 of these jackets to this one. That's tough. But for those of you that are really trying to save weight and you're really trying to get the ounces out of your pack, this is a really, really interesting new product that's on the market that is warm, is comfortable. There's great things about it. That zipper I had a little bit of an issue with, but it seems to be working just fine now. Maybe it sort of cleaned itself up. Maybe there's some dirt caught in it or whatever. Very thin. Fits good. I think it looks good. It's got a hood. I don't know, man. This is a contender, really. And it's on sale right now for $296. That may be a Black Friday price. It doesn't say that on their website. Maybe it's going to be not on sale after today, so if you go to the website and it's not on sale, I'm sorry. But that at least tells you that they're obviously going to have it on sale from time to time, so you want to keep an eye on it if you want to save a couple bucks. All right, what do you think? Do you like that jacket? Do you think it's worth the purchase? Do you think it is the lightest weight jacket in existence? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe there's a lighter weight one that I just don't know about, and Black Diamond is a bunch of liars. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've spent the past 3 years writing this book and also filming 18 videos to help the person who was me 10 years ago. I didn't know anything about backpacking 10 years ago. I had never gone into the woods with nothing but what was on my back and spent the night anywhere ever. I'd just done some basic car camping, like very close to the car and very close to civilization. And I was so intrigued by it that I dove into YouTube to figure it out. And that's a rabbit hole because I spent literally thousands of hours on YouTube. And I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying to figure it all out. And so I wrote this book to me, for me, the Dan Becker of 10 years ago, that I wish I had been given this then, so I didn't waste all that time and money, and I could have been way better off just pretty much knowing everything that I need to do, knowing all the gear that I need to buy, knowing how to do it, how to filter water, how to eat food, safety, all the things that I always needed to know is in this book. I wish I could have just handed it to me and said, here you go, don't waste your time. And I want to give it to you for Black Friday. And for Black Friday, it's going to be 30% off. And I think that for you, if you are searching on YouTube and you're in that rabbit hole and you're searching for gear and you're on your third tent and your 8th sleeping bag and none of the sleeping pads work and you can't figure out how to filter water and your backpack's too heavy and you don't know how to pack stuff and all the things and trying to find campsites and how to set up camp and what do you do if this happens? What do you do if that happens? How do you find places to go backpacking at all? It's all in here. And I put my heart and my soul in it. And so for 30% off through Black Friday only, we're giving it to you. So click the link in the description below. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm actually really nervous to see what you think about it. We've sold hundreds so far and have had nothing but positive results from people. But, putting myself out there is always a big deal. So I hope you love it. And I hope you have the experience of a lifetime when you're out there backpacking. So thanks.